to it. You're not burning him out. So hit. You're not burning him out, but you also see where his back position is? It doesn't change. He's in a perfect form. And by the way, I've never coached him before. He's one of Justin's guys. He actually a hell of a defensive end. I watched him play in the playoffs. The kid's an animal. But his back stays in a perfect position. Second step, first step's always your directional step. It's going to take you where you want to go. So if you're taking that step forward, you better be going forward. Your eyes better be in that direction. If you're going to the right, your eyes got to be in that direction. And what are you looking for? Your assignment. You have a job to do. You got to let these kids know, understand that each one of them has a job to do. Why? Because as a group, if you tell them, hey, we're going to the right, this is where the block has to be this way, it's a group thing. Each kid has a job to do, then you can hold them accountable. You didn't do your job. You explain it to him, this is your job. His job is, while he's down in the stance, he's looking. His ball's going to the right. He's his target, but he knows he's got you and you right there. He's his target. He knows these guys are accountable, but he still knows where you're at. Second step, we're bringing the guns. We're going to do our directional step. We're bringing our second step. He's going to bring his hands with him. Set, hit. Bringing his hands with him. Got his PowerPoint still in line. His hands are on it. You notice he didn't cock them hands way back and bring them up? Hardest habit to break. Go ahead and reset. Hardest habit to break. These guys all want to be a monster and cock back. I bring in a boxing coach a couple times a year. And the whole thing is, he's a friend of mine, and he knows no more about hitting than I do. And to get the most out of your punch, I figured, why not bring a guy who knocks a guy out every day? You know, that's what he does. So, and one thing he's came and brought to me, and by the way, Central brings this same guy out now. A few guys have stole him from me, which I get pissed off at. And he's not that great of a boxer. I don't know. He's just been getting jobs now. Hey, to be honest with you, he's like 1 in 14 in the pro ranks. I mean, he gets the shit kicked out of him, but he's a great teacher. And one thing that I've learned over the last 10 years, and it makes common sense, and maybe I'm a little slower, but that loose muscle is quicker and more productive than that tight muscle. And you get them kids that get down there, even on the defensive side, ready to go. It adds time onto your movement and your technique. You got to teach these guys to loosen up, and their movement is simple. Bringing them hands from inside, elbows in, and they're making that pop. Where the hands go are the hugest thing. When I played Pee Wee ball through high school, I was always taught thumbs up to the nipples and twist. You guys still teach that?
I don't know about the twist part.
Hands inside. You twist them nipples, get them up in there. All right. For probably the last 10 years, I look at leverage. I coach both sides of the ball. Now with gap control, defense and stuff, you know, you coach leverage. I use that on the offensive side of the ball. They do it in college, and it's one thing that I can bring down and dumb it down to our kids. And it's as simple as this. The ball's going to my left. My first point of contact's not going to be his nipple. It's going to be his armpit. I want to get up under there, and basically I teach him, we're going to grab that strap. Second point of contact, which is milliseconds, is a punch to the direct center of the chest. Open-handed punch. So I'm steering with this hand. I got my knee and his crotch. I'm steering with this hand, and I'm driving. Now, am I looking for that ass-kicking 10-yard drive? Man, they don't come. I don't know, I've been waiting for them. Every about 5 years, I get that one kid that every play, and this is no kid, I just sent one to Central that did this, will drive you 15 yards downfield. But they're so far and few in between. Truth is, he's just got a job to do. What's that? Keep him from making a tackle.
Yep.
So, with conserving energy, and I don't know about you guys, but even my big boys, they're whining brats, and they get tired, want water, and that whole big deal, and I conserve energy for them. How do I do that? By giving them leverage and letting them cover that pain. I'm not asking to drive him 15 yards downfield. I'm asking him to put his jersey in between me, or keep my jersey in between him and the running back. That's a simple block.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, the younger they are, the better they do at it. Because now all he knows is, even if he misses this hand, if he gets his head across, any decent running back, if he gets tackled by that, that's on your running back coach. It's not on you. Any decent running back's through that hole. Yeah. So all that other theatrics downfield, me trying to make a pancake, the pancakes generally happen after the ball carrier's 5 yards downfield anyway. And I just burn up steam. One thing that I haven't talked about to the other groups is this. This is a big thing that I've come across in the last couple of years is breathing. Talked about stretching. Talked about breathing. Linemen in general, we're going to catch him inside. Give me 3 points. All right, he's on me now. He's breathing. Linemen in general, lock down on that 3-point. Hold the breath. You talk about kids being tired in the fourth quarter, and I tell my kids this every year. If you're tired in the fourth quarter because you've been battling, man, I'm good with you. Man, I'll carry you to the locker room. If you're tired because you're shutting your airwaves down every play, and naturally try it sometime. I had to do it myself. Try it sometime. One day when you're out cutting the grass, hold your, for your strip across, hold your